Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wisdom and Wit, the show that's about as subtle as a MAGA hat at a Bernie Sanders rally. I'm Jimmy, your guide through this minefield of political incorrectness. Now, let's get this party started like it's January 6th all over again. So, have y'all heard about this kerfuffle in Trump's camp? Seems like Elon Musk and that Vivek fella are stirring up more drama than a drag queen at a church picnic. They're all hot and bothered about bringing in more of them fancy foreign tech workers. Now, I ain't one to judge, but last time I checked, the only thing we needed imported was my cousin's mail-order bride. And let me tell you, that worked out about as well as Hillary's email server. But here's the thing, folks. These Silicon Valley types, they're saying we need these H-1B visas like a dog needs a bone. They're claiming American workers are about as useful as a screen door on a submarine. Can you believe that? I haven't seen that much disrespect for American talent since the last time I tried to fix my own plumbing. I mean, sure, maybe we ain't all rocket scientists. But let me tell you, I once saw my buddy Cletus build a Birkin pyramid that would make the Egyptians jealous. That's the kind of American ingenuity we're talking about. Now, don't get me wrong, I ain't against foreigners. Heck, some of my best friends are. Well, let's just say they make a mean taco. But when it comes to tech jobs, I say we keep it as American as apple pie and crippling medical debt. You know what these tech bigwigs remind me of? They're like that one kid in school who always wanted to pick teams for dodgeball. You know the type: scrawny arms, thick glasses, probably named Poindexter. Always picking the exchange students first because they could do math or whatever. Meanwhile, good old boys like us are left standing there, feeling about as wanted as a vegetarian at a BBQ competition. It's enough to make a grown man cry into his freedom fries. But here's where it gets interesting, folks. This whole debate has got people talking about American values faster than you can say, build that firewall. We're asking ourselves the big questions. Like, what does it mean to be American? Is it about working hard? Or is it about working smart? Is it about innovation? Or is it about tradition? Personally, I think being American is about having the freedom to choose between 50 different types of potato chips at Walmart. But that's just me. Now some folks are saying we're getting lazy, that we've gone from give me liberty or give me death to give me Wi-Fi or give me meth. And maybe they've got a point. I mean, the last time I saw my neighbor Jimmy Bob move that fast was when the liquor store had a 2-for-1 sale on Bud Light. But you know what? I say we're just efficient. Why waste energy when you can get a robot to do it for you? That's the American dream, baby. Work smarter, not harder. Unless you're talking about avoiding taxes, then you better work harder than a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest. And let's be real, folks. If we're going to talk about American culture, we got to address the elephant in the room. Or should I say, the orange elephant. Our boy Trump's caught between a rock and a hard place. On one side, he's got his MAGA crew screaming America first, louder than a monster truck at a tractor pull. On the other, he's got these tech tycoons whispering sweet nothings about global competitiveness. It's like watching a bull trying to decide between two red capes. You know something's going to get trampled, you just don't know what. But hey, that's politics for ya. One minute you're making America great again. The next you're trying to explain why great might include a guy named Sanjay writing your code. It's more confusing than trying to understand my Aunt Mabel after her third box of wine. Now, I don't know about y'all, but all this talk about tech and visas is making my head spin faster than a liberal trying to defend socialism. So, I think it's time we bring out someone who can really break this down for us. Someone who knows his way around a tweet better than a teenager knows their way around TikTok. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the man, the myth, the legend, Donald. Take it away, big guy.
Well, thank you kindly, Benji. I haven't been this excited since I found out my cousin's wedding was called off. And let me tell you, that saved me a whole lot of awkward conversations about why I'm both the maid of honor and the best man. You all hear about this new Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE for short. Sounds like something my old hound dog would have come up with after one too many licks of the moonshine still. They've got Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy running the show. Two billionaires trying to make the government efficient. That's like asking a cat to teach a fish how to climb a tree. These fellas have got no budget and no staff. It's like they're trying to run a BBQ joint with just a pack of matches and a prayer. But hey, at least they've got close ties to Trump. I reckon that means they've all compared spray tan techniques at Mar-a-Lago. You know, I've got an idea for them. Why don't they start by making the DMV more efficient? I swear, last time I was there, I aged faster than milk left out in the Alabama sun. By the time I got my license renewed, I looked like my own grandma in the photo.
But seriously, folks, they're talking about modernizing these old computer systems the government's been using. Apparently, they're spending over $100 billion a year on this stuff, and 80% of it's just to keep the old junk running.
It's like my Uncle Cletus insisting on keeping his 73 Pinto alive. Sure, it still runs, but every time you turn the key, you're playing Russian roulette with a gas tank. They say these old systems are vulnerable to hackers. Well, shoot, I could have told them that. My niece once hacked into my AOL account just by guessing my password was password 1234. She's only 6, bless her heart. Now get this, they've got some fancy plan to audit all these old systems and replace them. It's like a government-wide version of Extreme Makeover, IT edition. I can just see it now. Elon Musk busting through the door of some dusty government office, yelling, "Move that server," while a bunch of nerds in pocket protectors scurry around like ants at a picnic. But here's the kicker, y'all.
There's actually bipartisan support for this nonsense. Democrats and Republicans agreeing on something?
I haven't seen cooperation like that since my ex-husband and his new wife decided how to divide up my stuff. They've even got some bills in Congress about it. The Legacy IT Reduction Act of 2023 sounds about as exciting as watching paint dry in a rainstorm. But I guess if it means I can file my taxes without my computer suddenly deciding to take a smoke break, I'm all for it. Trump's supposed to be giving these Doge A-boys an executive order to get started. I can see the photo op now. Trump, Musk, and Ramaswamy all grinning like possums eating sweet potatoes. They'll probably try to make it look all high-tech, but knowing the government, they'll end up signing it with one of those big novelty checks you see at charity golf tournaments. You know, all this talk about efficiency is making me think. Maybe we should send some of these Silicon Valley types down to fix up the South. Lord knows we could use some efficiency. Last time I tried to get my cousin Billy Bob to do anything in a hurry. He moved so slow, I thought he was trying to trick a sundial. But I'll tell you what, if these Doge fellas really want to impress me, they should try making Congress efficient. That'd be like trying to herd cats in a tornado while the cats are drunk and allergic to each other. Now that's a reality show I'd watch. Well, folks, that's all the time I've got. Remember, if the government ever does get efficient, we're all in trouble. How else would we explain away our own laziness? Sorry, boss, I couldn't get that report done. I was stuck on hold with the IRS for 3 days. Works every time. Y'all have been a great audience. And remember, if you see any government officials out there trying to be efficient, for the love of sweet tea and pecan, don't encourage them. We don't want them getting any crazy ideas. Good night, everybody.